What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Catch Korea. Today we're going to talk about education here in Korea. Don't worry, we're not going to study. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe to support my channel. So today I want to talk about education here in Korea. Of course, to talk about the whole system, we do not have enough time. So I'll give you a brief look into how things are here in Korea. Okay, first off, compulsory education. I do not know how it is systemized in your country, but here in Korea, from 6 years old to 16 years old, basically it is by law that you have to attend school. And until the age of 16, education is free. This is same for Australia as well, and I know it as a fact because I got my education in Australia. Second, private education. Here is a fact that makes Korean education very shocking. Korean people are private education crazy. Basically, the older generations in their ages of 50s or 60s now, when they were growing up, studying hard, getting straight A's, and getting accepted into a great university, and then getting chosen to work in those major companies like Samsung and Hyundai, were the best choices they could ever make in their life. Well, at least it seemed like it at the time. You know, when you have a very strong belief and fixed perception about the world and how things are, and it is very difficult to change, right? So the older generations are still pushing a lot of their children into private tutoring or sending them to those hagwons. Now, hagwons are private education academies, just so that they are a lot smarter than the other kids in class. By grades, I mean. Problem here is, it is rare to find children who do not attend these private academies. That is right, I said it correctly. It is hard to find those who do not attend these private academies. So if I were a middle school student in Korea right now, I would be at school from 9 to 3. I would ride my bicycle and go to a local snack vendor and grab a bite to eat quickly before I go to a math academy that starts at 4 p.m. From 5:30, I would then have to attend an English academy for an hour. After that, I would have dinner and then probably have a private tutor come to my house from 8 to 10. Usually, these private tutors would be university students who help out with other subjects like science and social studies. Now, this would be a typical day here in Korea for a middle school student. But some kids are pushed even harder. Oh, don't forget that after the private tutoring ends, we have school homework and academy homework. Well, in Korea, there is a general sentence that we use when it comes to expressing how smart someone is. 너 공부 잘한다. It literally gets translated to, you are good at studying. Sounds odd, doesn't it? It is almost like treating studying as a set of skill, maybe a sport or some sort. Because in English, we don't say you're good at studying. No, never do. We generally say things like, he's a bright young lad. Or things like, mate, Jono is pretty smart. Or things like, he sure is a very clever boy. Then why are all these young children in Korea going through this daunting, never-ending, tiring times? Why? That is probably because I guess the older generations do not know any better. Hey, we can't blame anyone. Now that we have teachers that are much younger from the later generations than those in our parents' generations, education is slowly shifting away from searching for what to searching for how. Rather than focusing on solving that one math problem, making children think logically and become more creative is the answer. A lot of kids in younger generations here in Korea are now considering, innovating, and taking on challenges, which I think is good. Life is not always about what is right or wrong. It is about searching for how we can do it and how we can manage it. So these days in Korea, we see a lot of schools using innovation, focusing on creative teamwork or online video presentations and so on, looking forward to the future. But we still have a long way to go. That competitive mindset of I got a better grade so I'm smarter than you is still very strong here in Korea. And Korean people are still obsessed with who came first in class and who came last as well. Okay, third, tertiary education and beyond. Is that how you pronounce it? tertiary? Some people say tertiary, but anyway. Well, let's say you study your ass off during middle school and made it to high school, and this high school is not that bad. Well, in this high school, you have to study. Study as in you have to be good in all subjects in order for you to enter a great university, if not above average. We usually call these universities in Seoul universities. Basically universities that are in Seoul and are recognized when it's time to get a job. Okay, high school. Let's say you studied very hard for 3 years, finished your Sunung, which is the Korean SAT, and then got accepted in one of those in Seoul universities. I never attended university here in Korea, so I do not know the in-depth view of how they study, but from stories or rumors, I heard that in Korea, getting accepted into a university is the hard part. But in Australia, graduating is the hard part and getting accepted is not. Okay, then if you graduate university here in Korea, what happens next? Unless you majored in medicine and start working as an intern, or majored in law and start pursuing your career in law by starting in a mailroom of a law firm, you basically would want to work in a gigantic corporation in search for that life, the dream that had always been injected to you by your parents. But the reality is, competition is too high and therefore the graduation certificate isn't enough. So there are a lot of university graduates studying to take the TOEIC test, which is Test of English for International Communication. Basically, these big corporations want you to bring a TOEIC score higher than the other candidates, then you have a higher chance of getting a job. Since competition for a job in big corporations is so high, they are now asking the applicants to bring TOEIC speaking score, which is a speaking version of the test that I talked about. Again, higher score than the other applicants, then better. That is why some TOEIC and TOEIC speaking teachers make a lot of money, because there is a huge demand for the market. Oh, by the way, I was one of those top-notch TOEIC speaking teachers in Korea. To me, it is a never-ending cycle of studying from the age of 5 to about 22 in Korea. It's a sad reality. But good thing about Korean education is there is a subject called 도덕, ethics, which deals with righteousness and justice, which I think is a great form of education because at the end of the day, it is all about love, respect, and kindness. And with this competitive environment came great innovations and inventions like Samsung, LG, Hyundai, and so on. So there are many pros to pressurizing and overwhelming education system as well. Hey, I want to know more about the education in your country, so please comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching. Please smash the like and subscribe button and turn the notification on. Because this is Catch Korea, a great channel that shows you and teaches you the fundamental things you need to know about Korea. Okay then, see you next time.